Good morning, everyone. My name is Amit Kumar Singh, and welcome to very important class on game theory. So we'll do the problem which came in your previous year exam. So you can see this July 2017 question paper, and this question came for 5 marks. Question number 3. You can see this question: solve the following game theory by using dominance principle. So this question number 3 we'll do now. So I request everyone that please write down this question so that when I'll solve the question, you will also see how to get the answer for this problem step by step. So during the time of your exam, so you can do it very easily. So one of again very easy question. So I hope you remember in the game theory. So when we talk about game theory is based on strategy, and strategy can be pure strategy or strategy can be strategy. So when we talk about pure strategy, we can work on pure strategy probably if we can get the saddle point. The saddle point we'll get if the maxima of the row minima, if that become equal to the minima of column maxima. So if that works, then saddle point exists, and in case if that does, then probably the problem is of mixed strategy. And whenever we have the problem of mixed strategy, then normally, like looking at this m into n matrix, we cannot solve the problem directly by using the whenever this m into n matrix will be given to us. So we solve these kind of problem by using dominance principle. So what is dominance principle? We'll discuss that. Before that, probably let's try by pure strategy. I know pure strategy will not work here. Just simply that whenever you get the question in exam, you first see the pure strategy, the possibility of pure strategy. So in order to work on the possibility of pure strategy, you will find the row minima. You will find the row minima, minimum element in the row Z5, 0, then here 0, and here the smallest element is 10. Find the row minima and find the largest element of the row minima, and that is 10. Then what you'll do, you'll find the column maxima, find the column maxima, find the column maxima. So the column maxima here is 55, and here the column maxima is 65. Here the column maxima is 25. Here the column maxima is 15. Okay. Now out of these column maxima, find the smallest element, that is called the smallest of the column maxima. Here that is 15, and see the largest of the row minima, that is 10. So since 15 is not equal to 10, means this is not a problem of pure strategy. So imagine if the maxima of row minima, if that become equal to the minima of column maxima, then probably that kind of problem is based on pure strategy, and then we don't have to do anything. Then the value of the game would be that value. Okay, but here we need high probability, because this is not 1 marks question. This is at least 5 marks question. So we have to give respect to the problem based upon its 5 marks concept. So in order to work on that concept, in order to work on dominance rule, what we need to do in order to work on the concept on dominance. Already I have started discussing the concept of dominance in the previous class. So what I'll suggest you to work on the concept of dominance, find the row total, find the row total. Okay, so that will give you an idea about which row is dominating over the other row. So row total, if I do, then 65 plus 35 is 100. 100 plus 30 is 130. So this row is 130. Second row, the sum is 50 plus 15, that is 65. Third row, that is 100. And the fourth row, the sum is how much? 70, 80, 140. So I found the row total of all the rows. So 55 plus 15 is 70. 70 plus 10 is 80, 80 plus 60 is 140. Okay, so I hope you remember. Again, I'll repeat that. So what we do basically, when we apply the principle, what we do basically, we basically delete that row. We basically delete that row if all the element of that row is either less than or equal to the all the element of other row. Okay, so basically what we do, we delete that row for which all the element of that row is less than or equal to the all the element of other row. Okay, so first we'll start deleting the rows. Okay, first we'll start deleting the rows and then we'll delete the columns. We'll delete that column where all the elements of that column is either more than or equal to the all the element of other column. Okay, so in row wise we delete the row which is lesser. In column wise we delete that column which is bigger. Okay, so ultimately what we do, we actually trimming off. We're trimming off the rows and column so that somehow we can get either 2 into 2 matrix or maybe 2 into m or m into 2 matrix. There also, if we get m into 2 or 2 into n matrix, then also we can solve the problem by converting that into 2 into 2 matrix by using graphical method. But at least to do that, at least to do think about graphical or maybe working on probability, at least a row or column should be 2. Okay, but here you can see the row is there, 4 rows are there and 4 columns is there. So now this matrix, what you can see, this matrix is actually 4 into 4 matrix. This matrix, what you can see, this is actually 4 into 4 matrix. So I need to convert this 4 into 4 matrix either as 2 into 2 matrix or maybe or not at least 2 into 2. At least I have to convert this into 2 into or m into 2 matrix so that I can think about applying graphical method. Okay. So what I did, I found the row total. Why I found the row total? Because at least I'll get to know which row is like out of the weakest. So you can see that second row is very weak. Okay, so definitely there would be other rows which would be dominating over second row. Okay, so let's compare first row with second row. So let's compare first row with second row. If all the element of first row would be bigger or equal to all the element of second row, then I will easily delete the second row. So here you can see first row and second row. Let's talk about first row and second row. So 35 is bigger than 30. Okay, it is 35 is dominating. 65 is more than 20. It is dominating. 65 is dominating. Okay, 25 is more than 15. Again, this is dominating. 5 is again more than 0. Again, this is dominating. So if you see all the element of first row is dominating over all the elements of second row. Okay, so what dominance principle says that? What dominance principle says that? Dominance principle says that we will start deleting. Deleting. We'll start deleting the row. We'll start deleting the row for which all the elements for which all the elements for which all the elements are either equal or less than all the elements of other row. So whichever row is having the lowest value or the small other, what you say, less value or equal value to the all the element of other row. So whichever row is having the lesser value, we'll delete that row. So if you notice the row 2, if you notice in the row 2, all the elements of row 2, here if you see the all the elements of row 2 is being dominated by the row 1. So 35 is more than 30, 65 is more than 20, 25 is more than 15, and 5 is more than and 0. So what I can do, I can delete the row 2. What I can do, I can delete the row 2. Okay, so that part is done. So I can delete the row 2. Okay, now see the row. Now you can see If you see the row total, the smallest of that value is row 3. Now let's see if I can do anything for row 3. Now compare row 1 and row 3. So you can see the first value only, 35 is less than 40. So means it's not 1. Okay, now compare row 3 and row 4. So 55 is more than 40. Okay, 55 is more than 40. Okay, okay. What is the second value? I by chance 40, 50. Okay, this is 50. Okay, so 55 is more than 40. Then 60 is more than 50. Okay, 10 is more than 0, and 15 is more than 10. If you compare row 3 and row 4, the which is row 3 has now become row 2. So if you compare this new row 2 with the row 3, if this is row 1, if you have any, this is row 2, this is row 3. So if you compare the row 2 with row 3, you can see all the element of row 3 is 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 more than the all the elements of row 2. It means row 3 is dominating over row 2. So I can delete the row 2 because all the element of row 3 is more than the all the elements of row 2. So we'll delete that row for which all the elements are either less than or equal to all the elements of other row. So we'll delete this row. Okay, so now we left with two rows. Now we left with two rows, only row 1 and row 2. Okay, so I don't think the row 2, all the elements of row 2 is bigger. So you can see this is bigger. You can 55 is more than 35, but 60 is not more than 65. Okay, so nothing can be done. So now you cannot do any deleting work row wise. Now you cannot do any deleting work row wise. Now try to work on the deleting part column wise. Okay, let's think about deleting part column wise. So find the column total. Find the column total. This is 100. This is 125. This is 35. This is 20. Okay. Now row wise, what I did, row wise, what I have done to convert that into two matrix. So in row wise, we have deleted that row for which all the elements were less. But in column wise, what we'll do, for column wise, what we'll do, we'll delete that column which is having bigger element. Okay. So row wise, this is what we have done row wise. The deleting of row we have done. Now, if I talk about deleting column, so what we'll do, we will delete that column. We'll delete that column for which all the elements all the elements of that column all the elements of that column is either greater than or equal to all the elements of other column So what we'll do column wise, column wise also will delete, but in column wise we'll delete that column for which all the element of that column is more than or either equal to all the element of other column. So now you can see column wise. So you can see the column wise, which is the column having the maximum value. This is the column. Okay, so keep that as a target. Okay, now compare column 1 and column 2. So 65 is more than 35 and 60 is more than 55. So means you can delete the column 2. You can see 65 is more than 35 and 60 is more than 55. So I can delete this column. I can delete this column. Now you can see column 1 and column 2. 35 is more than 25, 55 is more than 10. So again you can delete this column. You can see this. Again you can delete this. So now you left with 2 by 2 matrix. Now I don't think you can delete because 25 is more than 5, but 10 is less than 5. Okay, so you cannot do anything. Row wise, if you see also you cannot do anything. So ultimately, what you did, guys, ultimately you have transformed this. into 2 into 2 matrix. Ultimately, what you have done? Ultimately, you have transformed this into 2 into 2 matrix. So once you transform this into 2 into 2 matrix, means now no problem. Now you can solve it very easily. Okay, now you can solve it very easily. Fine now. So you can write probability in the term of probability. 25p1 plus 10p2 is equal to 5p1 plus 15p2. And you know that p1 plus p2 is equal to 1. You can solve this, you'll get the answer. Or you can write 25q1 plus 5q2, that is equal to 10q1 plus 15q2, where q1 and q2 sum is equal to 1. Now I believe this is very easy problem. You can see in exam such kind of question comes for you. It's so easy kind of question. So no one should lose their marks in these kind of question. It's such an easy problem. So I can solve this problem either in the term of P or either in the term of Q. So I can term, so if I solve this equation, so bring 5 this side, it become 20p1 plus bring 10 this side, 20p1, 20p1 is equal to 5p2. So 4p1 is equal to p2, means p1 is equal to p2 by 4. Once you get P1 is equal to P2 by 4, you know that P1 plus P2 is equal to 1. So P1 plus P2 plus in place of P1 you can write P2. So P2 by 4 plus P2 is equal to 1. So the value of P2 would be 4 by 5. So P1 plus P2 is 4. So P1 plus P2 equal to 1. In place of P1 you can write P2 by 4. So the value of P2 you will get is 4 by 5. So the value of P2 you will get is 4 by 5. The value of P1 would be then 1 by 5. And it's simple because the total sum of probability is 1. And then your value of game would be your value of your game. Your value of your game would be 25 P1. P1 is 1 by 5 plus 10 P2. P2 is 4 by 5. We can solve this. So this is what 25 plus 40. So 25 plus 40 means what? 125, na? So 20, no, sorry. So 25 plus 40 means 65. 65 by 5. So the value of game you will get is 13. So this is 5 and this is 8. So the value of game you will get is 13. Simple problem. Clear, right? Anyone have any doubt? So this is what your exam question. So you can solve it very simple. So question like this, you should just finish it and keep some space in exam when you get this kind of question. Do it fast and then keep some space to write some theory. That theory you'll write after the, like, probably if you finish, if you believe that you had finished the question paper, solving the answer on time, and you have 5-10 minutes left, then you keep some space for this kind of question. You do the numerical part for this question and then write some theory about this. So what is game theory? What different scientists have done on for game theory, where we apply game theory, what is zero sum game, what is pure strategy, what is mixed strategy, what is strategy, all that you can write later on. First, when you get the question paper, your priority will be to solve these kind of questions very fast, and then don't spend time writing theory in the beginning. Theory and all you can write at the end. Initially, you just need to focus on getting the answer for this kind of question, so that you will be very confident. If you don't write theory also for this question, for 5 marks question, examiner will easily give you 4 marks. And hardly to do this problem, it will take maybe 5 minutes. I think would be more than sufficient. Probably if you use 2-3 pens with proper handwriting and all, then it may take 5 minutes for you to get the answer for this question. So I hope you understood this. Very simple. So you can solve it either by using P1, P2, or you can solve it by using either Q1 and Q2. It doesn't matter, you'll do anyway, you'll get the same answer. So the final thing you have to write is the value of game. So the value of game is equal to 30. So this much you have to do this question. So if you want, you can do with the term of Q1, Q2 also. I don't think anyone have any doubt on Q1 and Q2. So you can do the same problem with respect to Q1, Q2. So 25 Q1 plus 5 Q2 equal to 10 Q1 plus 15 Q2. 15 Q1 is equal to 10 Q2. And just then Q1 is equal to 2 by 3 of Q2. You get this relation. Now you can put Q1 plus Q2 equal to 1. So in place of Q1, you can write 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 Q2 plus Q2 equal to 1. So this is 5 by 3 Q2 is equal to 1. So Q2 is equal to 3 by 5. So if your Q2 is 3 by 5, then your Q1 would be 2 by 5. Okay, and then your value of your game would be what? So your value of your game is 25 Q1, 25 Q1, sorry, 25 Q1, 25 Q1 plus 10 Q2. So you can solve this. So this is 10 plus 10 plus, this is 5 twos are 10, 5 twos are 10, and this is 6, okay, 16 I'm getting. So value of game, this is 3, 5 by 3. So this is 3 by 5. So Q1 is 2 by 5, and this, okay. So 25 Q1 plus 5 Q2, no, 25 Q1 plus 5 Q2. You get 13. Here, anyone have doubt? Understood everyone? So I hope you can easily understand it was such a easy problem. So you don't have to do anything for this kind of problem. And this, trust me, these kind of questions coming every year. So if not, sometimes they ask you theory question also. But you can do that also. Doing that theory question also not a big thing. You can easily solve theory question also. Any other? Let me just check any other problem on game theory. If you have more question paper from other colleges in Bangalore and all, you can just give that to me. You can send me those question paper from other colleges. Any part doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that it should be from Bangalore City. If it comes from Mysore or Bhartiyar, Anna, anywhere, doesn't matter for me. I'll solve for you. MCOM also, they have this subject. If you want for them also to be discussed, I'll do that. Okay, so you have your friends who are studying MCOM, MBA, anything. So they can refer my videos on operation research. So anyone who's preparing for UGC NET exam, so again their GATE exam, again operation research content is there. So you can refer my videos to them. So you can see this question number 10. Which year this came? Which year? This is July 2016. July 2016. Okay, if Corona would not be there, then I believe next month would be your exam. I don't know now when exam will happen. You are lucky in that part. Because of Corona, your exam would be maybe delayed. So this is section B question. Oh my God, 10 marks question. Oh my God. So this came for 10 marks. Okay, really great. Okay, guys, can you try doing this question? Anyone? Question number 10. Can you try doing this? This came for 10 marks. Just now we did one problem which was similar to this, and that was for 5 marks. So I don't know why they ask these kind of questions for 10 marks, because it's very easy. It should not be asked for 10 marks. But I really hopeful whoever people got this question for 10 marks, they would have definitely solved this question. Fine, please write down this question, everyone. Everyone, please write down this question. So write down and you can start solving also from your end, because solving that question like this are very easy. There's no rocket science is there. You can easily solve it. Everyone, please write down this problem. Kishore, these kind of problem, whenever they'll ask you for 10 marks and all, it never would be pure strategy based problem. You just need to check it once, because you're understanding now. If you see the magnitude of these kind of questions, these are very easy, and you can do it like cakewalk. So, but just to for the examiner, you have to make it little bit longer and all. So just write little bit story about what is pure strategy, what is saddle point and all. Then prove show that it can't be solved through a pure strategy. Then we applied a dominance principle to get the answer for this question. All that story you have to write. Okay. So you just need to write the story. So then only you'll get the marks. But don't write too much story. Okay, but once if it came for 10 marks, you can write story. There's no problem in writing story, because 10 marks is a big marks. So if we don't know the examiner, so some people like theory very much. So you can write for them if it come for 10 marks. In 10 marks, if it coming, then you can write full story on this. What is game theory and all, the scientists and all who all work for game theory, what all remarkable work they have done on game theory, all that you can write, what game theory is all about. Theory notes, I believe, day before yesterday, I have sent you a one Word document having the theory content for game theory in the group. I believe that you would have seen this and would have saved in your system. So because again in exam you're not going to remember all that. So do it now, guys. You can see, like you can easily see this exam happens on July, June. July exam used to happen. So because of certain reason, this time the exam could not able to happen in July. I don't know. It can happen also. So make sure that your preparation will be up to the mark. Okay, don't think that one day before the exam you can study and you will pass. So no, it's not like you cannot pass. The university you can easily pass. Only thing you need to be a smart worker. You can definitely do that. But even then, don't wait for the last day, because these are easy questions. You can easily get the answer for these kind of questions. So fine. So it is it's very easy to work on. Okay, Kishore has got the answer. Kishore is telling the answer also. Anyone else? Shruti, Priyanka, anyone want to try? Fine. Today very less people have seen. Nitin is there, Dhanlakshmi is there, Chandan is there, Uday is there, Sushma, Priyanka, Prem, Kishore, Arpita, Devika. Pooja Hegde always comes. I don't, Pooja Hegde, I think 100% attendance. Anushri, Arpita, Devika, all Kishore, Priyanka, Shruti, Sushma, Uday, Jayashree, all are regular students. Nitin, Chandan, very good. Very good. All are very good. Okay, so anyone got the answer for this question number 10? Hmm. Only Kishore has given me the answer. What about others? What is the answer for this? Anyone? What is the answer for this? Try this, guys. You can see it's very easy. Every year, this kind of questions are coming for your exam. You should not lose these kind of questions. God would be very fortunate. Sorry, not God. We will be very fortunate if we get question like this. Let me do then. Let, you people are taking a lot of time to do it. So dominance principle, question number 2. So I can write 15, 35, then 25, 5, 10, 20, 5, 0, then 20, 50, 10, 5, then 25, 55, 15, 10. Okay, so I know it won't be pure strategy. Simply row minima, simply I'm doing. I know it will not be pure strategy. So row minima, this is 5, this is 0, this is 5, this is 10. Okay. What is the largest of that? 10. Okay. Find the column maxima. Find the column maxima. So you get 25, then 55, then 25, and then 10. So 25, 55, 25, 10. So what is the smallest element? The smallest element is 10 only. Okay, so this is pure strategy. Done. This is your work is done, Kishore. What you are doing? The smallest element is row 5, 0, 5, 10. Okay, and the largest element in the column 25, 55, 25, 10. And here the largest element of row minima, the maxima of row minima and minima of the column maxima both are same, both are equal to 10. So if they are equal means your work is done. अच्छा 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 okay okay 1 minute हाँ okay fine here this was 10 million. Okay, some calculation mistake I've done. Row minima, no, here column maxima, here this is 25, here is 55, here it is 25, here this is 10. Okay, I wrote anything mistake, anything while writing? Did I make any mistake? Okay, okay, okay. Oh my god. Okay, guys, got it, got it. That's what I was thinking. How come in 10 marks question they can do like this? This is like, this would be, what should I say? This is like Diwali bonus. Okay, so out of column maxima, the smallest one is 20. So this because so you can write full story. No, I believe you can write story on this. That since that the maxima of row minima is not equal to the minima of column maxima. So this is not the problem of pure strategy. So we have to apply a mixed strategy to solve these kind of question. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Vishwar, everyone. So once you've done that, so how to work on, so once you're done with that, you understood that this is not the problem of pure strategy. So you have to apply the dominance rule. So I have to solve this problem by working on dominance. So if I have to apply dominance principle to solve these kind of problems, if I'm applying dominance principle to solve this kind of question, so what you have to do, first thing, find the row total. Find the row total. So row total, this would be how much? This is 30 and this is 50, means 80. This is 80. This is what? This is 30, 35. And here what is the row total? This is 70, 80, 85. Then 80, 100, 115. So So just check this sum again. So 35 plus 15, 50, 15 plus 30, 50 plus 30. So 50 plus 30 is 80. Then this is 35. Then this is 60. This is 70, 80, 85. And this is 40, 60, 115. Okay, so row total you can see the smallest row is row 2. So you can see the smallest row, this is the smallest row. Okay, now once you found this is the smallest row, now see if this row can be deleted. Okay, so the row 2 is the smallest out of all. How I got to know the row 2 is smallest out of all? That's why I found the row total. By getting the row total, I can understand which row is weaker. Okay, now compare row 1 and row 2. 15 is bigger than 10, 35 is bigger than 20, 25 is bigger than 5, and 5 is bigger than 0. So means all the element of row 2 is dominated by all the element of row 1. So means row 2 will be deleted. Means row 2 will be deleted. So I deleted the row 2. Okay, now see any other deletion is possible. Compare row 1. So compare, this is row 1. This is now row 2. Now this is the row 3. Now compare row 1 and row 2. 20 is more than 15, 50 is more than 35, 10 is not more, means row 1, row 2 not possible. Now do row 1, row 3. 25 is more than 15, 55 is more than 35, 15 is not more than 25. Again, this is also not possible. Okay, compare row 2 and row 3. 25 is more than 20, 55 is more than 50, 15 is more than 10, and 20 is more than 5. You can see row 3 is all the element of row 3 is more than the all the element of row 2. Okay, so that means that that means what that mean what that mean that the row 2 will be deleted. So row 2 will be deleted. Now if I compare this row 1 and row 2 now I don't think that row 2 will be bigger than row 1, all the element. You can see the row third element, that third element is 15, which is lesser than 25. So it means we are done row wise. So we are done row wise. We cannot do any deletion row wise. Now see column wise. Now see column total. Column total, this is 40, This is 90, this is 40, and this is 25. This is 25. Okay, so C, if C you can delete any column, you will delete that column for which all the element is either more or equal to the all the elements of other column. So we'll think of deleting. So if you see that row to column total, the largest of that is 90. Okay, so just compare column 1 and column 2. Just compare column 1 and column 2. If you compare column 1 and column 2, 35 is more, 55 is more. If you compare column 1 and column 2, 35 is more than 15 and 55 is more than 25. Okay, so means this column will be deleted. So column wise, whichever the column is start dominating will delete that column. Row wise, whichever the row, all the element is very is less or equal, then we'll delete that. We'll delete that row. Now column wise, if I see column 3 and column 1, 25 is more than 15, but 15 uh, is less than 25, it not work. So now compare row 1, column 1 and column 3. So 15 is more than 5 and 25 is more than 20. Okay, so means you can delete this column. So now again we end up with 2 by 2 matrix. Again we are ending with 2 by 2 matrix. Write P1, write P2. I think you can do these things. For me, no need of doing 25 P1 plus 15 P2 is equal to 5 P1 plus 20 P2. Okay, fine. So if I bring P1 this side, this becomes 20 P1 is equal to 5 P2. So means P1 is equal to P2 by 4. So P1 is equal to P2 by 4. And you know that the sum that P1 plus P2 equal to 1. You know that it's the total sum in probability is equal to 1. There's no confusion on that part. So P2 by 4 plus P2 is equal to 1. So this is 5 by 4 P2 equal to 1. So P2 is equal to 4 by 5. Once you get the value of P2, is automatically you can find the value of P1 because P1 is 1 minus P2. So we can easily understand the sum total of probability is equal to 1. So P1 is 1 by 5. You can see here P1 is 1 by 5, P2 is 4 by 5. Value of game, all simple thing we are doing again. Value of game is what? Value of game 5P1 plus 20P2. So 5P1 means 5 and 5 get cancelled means 1. So this 20P2 means 16. Na? 20P2 means 20 into 4 by 5. So this is 4 into 4, 16. Then 16 plus 1, 17. I think value of your game would be 17. Okay. So you don't need to write again the same thing. Okay. So you can easily understand that part. So 5 plus hmm, so 5 4 3 are 12, 12 plus 5. Okay. So you can do that. So 5P1 plus 20P2 value of game. So your value of your game 5P1 plus 20P2. This is 4, 4, 4, 16, 17. Fine. So value of game you got. You the same value what you will get here. The same value you will get if you do in the term of Q1, Q2. Clear? Anyone have any doubt? 80 by 85 by 5. Clear everyone? So I did the previous year question paper for your exam. This was 10 marks question, such a easy question. Fine. Anyone have any doubt? So I did the two numerical, which all had came in previous year exam. So you can see based on the senior question paper. So you can see which all question has came, and I have done that for you, so that at the exam time you will not face any difficulty. And the purpose of doing this question is to give you a confidence that yes, I can do. So if you get that confidence that yes, I can do, means the work is done. Means from my end, the work is done. Means I am doing a decent job if I am trying to make you understand. In case if you're finding any difficulty in understanding, you can refer my videos anytime for any kind of. So that's the reason why I'm solving exam questions and all simultaneously, so that you should not face any difficulty. Fine. So anyone have any doubt? Anyone want to ask anything? So next class and all will start a new chapter called sequencing problem. So next chapter will start not today, probably let it be. So not today will start. So Monday we'll start a new chapter. Monday sequencing problem will do. Fine. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone any doubt? Dominance principle, I believe you can understand. It's very easy. Dominance principle is very easy concept. So dominance principle normally we apply in mixed strategy. So you cannot find the solution. So so probably there should be work. So dominance principle their way it will work in game theory. And so you have to remember that the metrics what you see in the game theory is biased toward the person whose details are mentioned on the left hand side. So that details are mentioned. Okay, so payoff is again, when we talk about game theory and all, we talk about the payoff metrics. We talk about the output of one person with respect to the other person. Fine. So when you see payoff metrics is always biased toward the person, uh, which person who is in left hand side. For the person who is on at the top, if you want to develop the same payoff metrics, then we can do the same thing with negative sign. Clear? Anyone have any doubt? Anyone any doubt? Anyone want to ask anything? Theory already I have sent you few information on theory part. So I really don't suggest you to solve question theory wise. I really happy if we can get the way of working in exam only practical wise. I suggest everyone for my subject you prefer only practical part, numerical part instead of working on theory. So you can see these questions recorded form of the class you'll get after the end of every class. Only possibility, only what I'm expecting from you is that you open and you will study. Fine. Okay, this much is for today class. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone want to ask anything? Fine, guys. Then we'll start the new chapter in the next class. So can we wind up the class then? I think Shruti would have you sent me the attendance by this time. So anyone have anything to ask before I wind up the class? Fine. So I hope you have understood whatever we have discussed in today's class. So best of luck for your seminar in evening. Be prepared. Try to get some more information about the latest outbreak and what all are our issues we are facing or we have faced. So make sure that you have enough information. So that will look very logical when we are expected to ask question. Okay, so everyone please do the homework from their end. Clear? So can I wind up the class then? Fine guys, so happy weekend and best of luck for your upcoming events. See you then. See you in the for the next class. Thank you everyone. You can start preparing for your exam. Don't take your exam lightly. Start preparing for that. Okay guys. So thank you everyone. See you very soon for the next class. Bye.